Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I'm Jack of all trades, back again with Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin Season 3, Part 2, Episode 8, I think. Come on. Episode 7? I don't know. I've had a lot going on recently, sort of packing and clearing most of my stuff, as I'll be moving accommodation for the second year of uni soon. Hence the boxes, and I've not got much in the room. It's pretty barren, so the lighting is going to be a bit worse. The camera I've had to mess around with, so sorry if that looks worse. Yeah, I've not got much to say. I'm going to just sort of dive into this. I'm hoping this episode will not make me an emotional wreck like last time. And to these people, I think I found a different sub for this episode. Lots of you have been saying that the sub I've been watching isn't great. I think it's been fine. There are the occasional thing like the Wild Titan instead of the Beast Titan and stuff like that. That doesn't particularly bother me. But if you have a specific sub that you'd rather I watch, please fire that in the comments below, and I will start using that for the next few episodes until the end of the season, which we're not far away from now. And that scares me. Although the wall's looking pretty barren, so I could do with... That works. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have the intro again. Hopefully meaning it's not going to be as intense of an episode as the last one. Now, I have been watching Semblance of Sanity. They do very good reaction videos as well to Attack on Titan and a bunch of other shows. They finished Kill la Kill, I think last month. Check them out. It's great to watch because one of the brothers is in the same boat as me, just watching the show, but the other has read the manga, which gives you sort of different viewpoints on the episodes a lot of the time. But what's interesting is because one of them has seen and read the manga, they know the spoilers. So they censored a bunch of moments throughout this intro for containing spoilers. I'm sort of been gradually revealing them as plot-relevant information is revealed. So at that sort of rapid-fire image moment in the intro, he still had that blocked out, meaning that there were still spoilers on that. Like apparently this was a really spoiler-heavy intro. The Basement. Oh, okay. Check them out. Okay, we're back. Nuclear Bertolt. Oh, we're seeing this from their point of view? Is this Bertolt? What? Actually, yes, this was an image in the intro. The sort of half and half face. Okay. Sasha! I love that they've given him a jacket. Trust me, you were in worse shape, mate. Yeah. Does he not remember? Uh-huh. And then he cares about everyone else. Oh, I love Armin. Tell him everything. Wow. Yeah, have a drink. Yeah. 4 hours ago. This is needed. I like that they cut over Eren explaining it to him, but sort of hearing him say it all back. This was needed. I'm glad they did it this way. It's so weird to think they had this entire army and it's down to just 9 of them. They are only fighting 3 Titan shifters. They only managed to take out 1, and they're down to 9. Oh, okay. I like that they like laying him in a bed. Cool. I don't know what, I turned my head to see if Sasha was okay. But... Yeah. Nice. I like that they were building it up, as I said in my earlier videos, the 2 of them being able to sort of fill the void if Erwin died. Now that he has, I like that they've acknowledged that. Okay. Here we go. Somehow I still have this key. I hope we get to it before the halfway point of the episode. She's not got the dead mum haircut. It's dangerous. Okay. 3, 4. Hanji, Levi, Eren, and Mikasa. Okay. Okay, we need breathing space between what happened last time and seeing the basement, I think. A whole episode is too much. I hope we don't just keep getting these sort of flashbacky cut-in moments filling time. I want us to get there and see what's in it this episode. And then maybe understand it next episode. Because you called this episode The Basement. You have to get there. Come on. Oh, we saw that sign get destroyed. Was that a Winnie the Pooh plush? That looked like a Winnie the Pooh plush. I always find it interesting in destroyed cities and stuff in fiction and in real life. When you come back years later and plant life sort of overtakes it. I always find that really interesting. Oh, Hannes. There she is. Yikes. Wow. Music. Is it a leitmotif or is it something new? I'm not sure. But I liked that faint bit of piano. I was hoping to see the wee indent from Bertolt's hand on the top of the wall there, but that wouldn't look like lined up. Okay, here we go. True. Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel really on edge. It's so weird to believe we're actually here. It's like at the beginning when we're actually at Shingeki again. Oh no. No, you're kidding. So Mixie just calls him Dr. Jaeger instead of like Dad or anything. So what is the key for then? It's clearly for something else. I'm assuming they lit that, but very cool shot. Interior police, good point. An extra room somewhere? I swear if they just pull a book and the door case and this bookcase opens, I might be a bit annoyed about that. I like the flashbacks to Dr. Jaeger that we're getting here because he seems less standoffish. Okay, there's a key. Okay. He's like, oh, thank you, Mikasa. No, I'll tell you one day. False bottom. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I've seen a meme of this. I'll put that on screen just now. Oh, it's so close to the meme. Okay. To keep moisture and bugs away. Okay. Right. 3 books. We can find out if you open the book, Aaron. Who's telling this story? Okay. The Scouts. Not the Scout Regiment. Oh, okay. Flagle! Okay, what was in the books? Oh, it's the journalists. This is cool. But they don't know how few people have returned from the looks of it, though. Or not seeing their faces. Okay, not a photo. Okay. Oh! Oh no, so it is a photo. This is no illustration. Aha! Okay. A Oh. This is the outro. No. Humanity has not perished. Okay. Is that him? That looked like a picture of him. The woman in the picture sitting in the chair, her face is in the intro. That's one of the quick flashes. Or quick shots. I'm hoping for something after these credits. I'm not going to watch the preview. I don't like watching the preview for most shows. But I'm hoping there's a bit more after that. That felt a little anticlimactic. I was hoping for more information. They did beat around the bush a little bit in this episode. But it wasn't that. It was a good chill down, countdown from last episode. And it was great seeing everyone sort of celebrating at the end there. That was nice. Oh, yeah, there is something. Okay. Faye. Wait up, Grisha. This is childhood? Must not leave the walls. Oh my god! No way!
私はまず何から語るべきか考え、あの日を思い浮かべた。おい、ごめんなさい。無理した。危ないぞ。前見て歩け。いいな。いつか私もお金持ちになったらあの飛行船に乗れるかな。何言ってんだよ。俺たちが金持ちになれるわけないだろう。でもいいな。あそこから何が見えるんだろう。行っちゃった。
That does look a lot like Dr. Jaeger. As a kid, I see the resemblance. I recognize this tune. It's fine just for a bit. You must not leave these walls. When I face the truth of this world. To be continued. And preview. Okay. 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 What the heck was that? I'm gonna jump back and watch that again. Mainly so I can say what I was thinking as it happened. Okay. 2126. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. Because this did feel like a bit of a shorter episode when the intro theme started. Okay, hurry Faye, we'll lose it. We'll lose it unless we're fast. Wait up, Grisha. Okay, so when I saw this, immediately I'm like, these outfits, like what they're wearing, is totally different from what's inside the walls. What's inside the walls, what we know, is more like medieval stuff. This is more... I was thinking, like, the cap and jacket especially remind me of sort of World War II, that sort of time period sort of dress. The children in long coats and stuff. Not forget your armbands. I'm very curious what that's about. I think maybe that's to show like class or something, because they run past a man wearing one as well, so it's not just kids. Unless they're gonna go heavy with like the World War II stuff. Like parallels, I mean. Because it is a bit similar to like a star, possibly. That might just be me digging for things that aren't there. But we see the gentleman beside them there in the sort of reddish jacket doesn't have one, but you've got the woman to their other side is. We'll be back. Come on. Okay, so we started this pan up, and I'm like, wow, like brick buildings, glass windows, plumbing and stuff like gutters on the side, wow. And then there's an airship. Like a Zeppelin. This is Attack on Titan. That is a Zeppelin. Whoa, that is... This is Attack on Titan. That is a So I was picturing the other, like, there's clearly the walls as we know, Maria, Sina, and Rose. Or Maria, Rose, and Sina, right? I think that's the order. Yeah, Rose is the middle one. I thought maybe you have another set of walls elsewhere. Because there's that thing in like the second outro where there's like a fourth wall. So maybe it's possible you have the three that we know, a big area where there's a bunch of Titans, and then the rest of the world was one of my ideas. Maybe it's you have the walls we know and the walls elsewhere that are sending Titans and attacking them. I don't know. But this is a full-on civilization. It's like, you know, the sort of gutter drain in the street thing. When I first thought how I should start my story, okay, so those books, I'm assuming, are just Grisha telling his life story, and I think that in and of itself is enough groundbreaking information. So I reckon at least to the next episode. Well, I hope to do it like similar to A Tale of Two Stands from Gravity Falls, where they just do the episode as a flashback and occasionally, you know, cut back to present throughout it, or even if it's entirely a flashback. That's what I want. I want to see how Grisha went from here to being eaten by his son. Because there's a big gap in there that we need to fill. I immediately thought of that day. So it's them running through the streets, they're, you know, cobbled, and again, the outfits. Careful, watch where you're going. This could be his dad, going by the fact he's also got one of the armbands, and he's got glasses, and we know Grisha uses glasses later. Or it could just be some random other guy who knows his name, implying that he's well known as a kid in this area. See the Zeppelin. Okay, we see this shot of it going over the wall. And for me, anyway, we think, okay, and that's like going like over the wall beyond, or possibly further into the interior, assuming that it's a similar setup to the ones we know. The little girl's eye is just lighting up. Faye, or Frey, I think. Must be nice. So when I'm rich, I want to be able to do this, implying sort of classism, I suppose. The divide between the rich and the poor, literally represented by these walls. Not unlike the ones we're familiar with, where you had everyone in Maria through to like Sina being the richer politicians and everyone. And then you get this shot where it's like, oh yeah, it went over the wall. That's it gone. And then you see an edge to the wall. Tiny, there's speakers as well up there. Like megaphones. And then totally different like building style, I think, or that could just potentially just be, you know, that it's sort of bright white to sort of show the contrast in terms of how they've set up the shot. No, the buildings are Definitely designed differently, yeah. You have to line up with your armband to get through. They seem to be like inspecting your papers as you go through, which is interesting. It is just Faye, okay. What is this song? I also want to know what instrument it's played on, because I like the sound of this. And the name of the song, because it's used a lot throughout the OST. But Mom said it'll be fine, just for a bit. They run through, the guards are armed with guns and everything. Go back here. That naive day of my youth, when I had to face the truth of this world. So something big happened that day, which we'd better find out about next time. That's so weird that there's to be continued and straight into the preview screen. Wow. Okay. Again, I'm just going to quickly open it up again and just play it on the screen here, quickly skipping through while I talk to make sure I cover everything. Because this was a very heavy episode in terms of like content, I suppose. So we have the intro. Same as before, nice to see it again. Episode 65, chapter 65, The Basement. We start seeing the last thing Armin remembered, I assume, because he says when he's on top of it, oh, I remember Bertolt transformed. I sort of saw that from like his perspective when Mikasa pushing him down. And then we get to this sort of dream he's having, or it's the colossal, and that's Bertolt's voice saying it hurts so bad, with the sort of half colossal titan, half skull. And it's not quite a skull, it's a weird design. I'll put it on screen as I'm talking about it. This is a shot in the intro. So half of the face is the colossal titan, with a big cavity for the nose, which it doesn't usually have, it usually just has the nose. And the other half has the big gaping hole as if it's a skull, but it's still the muscle structure, because it's still got, going to the teeth and everything. It looks like, it just doesn't have the eye and everything. It's got, it doesn't have the sort of overlay, like the sort of paler muscle tissue. It's weird, and I wonder what it represents. My guess for the symbolism of this, and it doesn't have the ear either on the other side, is that the sort of more skull side represents the power itself of the colossal titan. And we see the other half like crying still, and saying that it hurts. I should take to be some sort of remnant or aspect of Bertolt, sort of linked to the power which Armin now has. Maybe Armin will like continue to like hear Bertolt in his head throughout the rest of the show. I don't know. But then other Titan shifters didn't really have that. I mean, Eren never really had the voice of Grisha in his head, except from seeing flashbacks. I don't know. It's curious. Which on the one hand, I'm happy it means we're going to get more Bertolt, I assume, in the future, or at minimum in voiceover. He says that, and he's on top of the wall with Sasha. Sasha's alive. You see this, they haven't put out all the fires, so still buildings smoking in the background. Levi signals that he's awake. They explain, they recap. They talk about Erwin. And then we get a wee flashback to Eren with his mum at the basement. We get some flashbacks from throughout the show, Erwin talking about their mission and everything. And then they start walking through the town, which was cool. it did drag on a little bit, but I liked sort of seeing like the crate with the chairs and stuff where Hannes and the other soldiers used to like drink and gamble and play cards and stuff. I wish we saw more direct shot by shot parallels of earlier in the show instead of just some new ones. It's good seeing new ones, but I wish we saw more from like the first episode, which we do get when they're walking to the house and we see them sprinting as kids. That was good. Some flashbacks of Grisha halfway through. I don't get why they're specifically arranging the plates. Again, there's probably some meaning behind that, but I didn't pick up on it. They move the boulder out of the way, they go down the flight of stairs. They try the key, doesn't work. I assume Grisha had a second key to get into that room. He smashes the door open. They look around and they say, it's medicine that's all labelled correctly and is widely available. Okay. It's just medical doctor's study. So I'm assuming the whole basement is, just that. I doubt there's any other mysteries in the room apart from that hidden drawer with the false bottom. 3 books. Now again, I'd seen this as a joke on like a Gravity Falls Facebook page. Where it's a false bottom and it's the journals. Okay, that's funny. But there's literally 3 journals from the Doctor. That's the author of these. Dr. Jaeger, and wow. And a photo. See, I saw it and I thought it was a photo because when they opened the book, the lighting on the photo is a bit awkward. Like it looks almost like it's glowing. I get some flashbacks. The scouts arrive. Everyone's celebrating. They're on top of the wall, and we don't see their faces, so we don't know what their reaction is to reading any of this yet. Who's holding the books? Do we see who is? Hanji's holding the books. I'm also glad they had some horses to get back on. I suppose them all being dead at this point. I was expecting maybe they need to have just ride on like Aaron's shoulders or something to get back and have him run the whole way as a Titan. But this was good. Again, and there's writing on the back, and it is a photograph. It's weird. That was such a big twist. But it's one that people predicted, it's one that you could have seen coming. But it's done so well. That's what this show does. That's what Attack on Titan does, I feel. There are twists that you can see coming. For example, Bertolt and Reiner being the Colossal Unarmored Titan. I think everyone predicted that. Annie being the female, it was pretty obvious it was either her or Krista. Sort of by default it had to be her, because we saw Krista throughout that section of the show. That arc of the show, that's what I meant to say. But then it's how they execute the twists. Like the reveal of Annie, in and of itself, isn't a surprise, but how they handle it, of like the ring, and her sort of smiling that she's being found out. Bertolt Reiner just stating, "We are the Armored and Colossal Titan. Years ago we started our attack." And this is not a drawing, this is a this is called a photograph. If it ended just there, my mind would have been blown. But then they keep going after the ending. Oh, this is Zeppelin. I mean, at the beginning of this season, we had that bit with the interior police talking about, oh yeah, we had to, we killed this couple who were trying to fly, and they've like made a hot air balloon. So, okay, so people have tried, and they've been keeping it suppressed, and that's why technology hasn't really advanced much, aside from fighting Titans. But wow. Can you imagine they go to fight these guys for whatever reason, and just a Zeppelin flies in with like Titan shifters who jump out and transform. There's so much they could do with this now. Oh, that ending was amazing. Right. I'm going to rewatch this episode. I'm going to read all the subtitles. Again, if you have a better subbed version you'd like me to look at, please fire in the description below. I'm more than happy to. And I will be watching the whole show again in the dub. I will not be posting reactions to it, but I will watch it. I just prefer the sub over the dub in terms of the voice actors, and this is one of those shows I prefer the sub for. For me, it varies depending on the show. I'm rambling. I have been Jack of all trades. Thank you for watching. Again, my setup's been a bit different for this video, so I hope it's still watchable. And until next time, bye.